How was your day?
Good. How's your day?
Stressful. People were being negative, and they were just angry today.
So are you hungry?
Yeah.
Made some chicken noodle soup.
What?
Cool.
Is there anything else?
No, there's chicken. Oh, Louis got in trouble, so he's waiting at you at the table.
Okay. Son, what happened?
Hi, Dad. I got in trouble at school today.
Explain the situation.
Well, I got into a fight with this kid. He kept on bullying me because I was short, and he thought I wasn't going to do nothing.
Well, there can be serious consequences for this. You know this, right?
But I didn't start it. He did.
It doesn't matter. You shouldn't have fought him. You should have talked to an adult.
But this kept on going on since the first day of school.
Well, then why didn't you tell anybody?
Because all you guys are going to do is just tell him to stop. I wanted to handle it on my own.
Well, look what happened. Now you can't use your laptop anymore for some time.
Okay.
What is this paper for?
Yeah, my teacher told me to tell you to sign it.
Okay. You have a pen?
Yeah.
Just know you can't use your laptop for some time now.
Okay.
So did you talk to him?
Yes.
So what's the consequence?
He can't use his laptop for a week or two.
Nobody knows exactly how you feel. Everybody's got their own opinion on the deal. Every day you're walking with your head high, but inside you keep dying, but you keep pushing toward what you know is real. Nobody sees the pain behind your bright eyes. Everybody's looking at your smile, it's a disguise. Cover up what you really feel inside, but deep down you know that it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay.
My view on homeless, that it's a shame that there are homeless people, considering that there's so many resources in New York City. That it's a couple of things. So it's like there's so many resources in New York City, and then we help so many other people outside of this country, but yet we don't help our own.
I feel like homeless people aren't really acknowledged that much. I feel like people don't really pay mind to homeless people, and I feel like there's more that could be done for homeless people.
It's a very serious problem that I guess that we have that's been going on for a number of years now, and so I guess that it just concerns me because, you know, like when you take a look at like the weather today, it's really cold, so you'll have families and people who are outside in the street who are unfortunately have no place to stay. But I feel like it's but they do have places that they can go, but to like shelters, but unfortunately the conditions of the shelters that they may have to go in are not always the safest environment for them, so they're choosing to be out in the street.
Whispering as you walk by. Nobody knows the struggle that you're dealing with inside. Sticks and stones break your bones. Words really do hurt you. You wonder why they always hate you. They don't even know you. Never let them see you cry. Yeah, walking with your head held high. Just hold on. It's gonna be alright.
So I feel like in order to address the problem of homelessness, you're also having to address a number of situations, like the fact that housing in New York City has become so expensive. So like in the area of the neighborhood where I grew up in, I'm 40 now, right? So, but at that time, when I was about your guys' age, about 10 or 11 years old, it probably cost about $700-800 to live there. Now it's about almost $2,000 to live in that neighborhood. So that makes a big difference as to where people can go and why people are homeless. We don't have affordable places to live, and the areas where people can live sometimes are not the best neighborhoods, and so people don't want to live there. The shelter system is messed up. It's not safe. People get robbed and stuff gets stolen there. So people don't want to be there. So in order to address the homeless problem, you have to fix a number of problems within New York City. Sad, and especially in a society where we have numerous people, especially like in New York City, where you have people who are making millions of dollars living in certain neighborhoods. I'll give you an example, like around 23rd Street or 42nd Street, you can have people who are living there and they're making millions of dollars, but then you can go to the Port Authority, which is right there on 42nd and 8th Avenue, and seeing homeless people who have no place to live. And so it's like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, how do you have millionaires, you have Donald Trump, you have actors and, you know, basketball players, everybody who's living here, but then you have people who are homeless who can't find you know, a decent meal to eat.
We have a lot of work to do, honestly. We see them in the subways, we see them in Manhattan and any borough actually. So I feel like we do have a lot of work to do, possibly establishing more shelters and more food drives for these people so that they can have somewhere to sleep and something to eat.
And I think that homelessness is more complicated than that. I think that all of us at any given time can be a paycheck away from being homeless. So many of our families and many of your parents, I'm sure, live paycheck to paycheck. And if they were to lose their job tomorrow, or if they were to hurt themselves and couldn't go back to work, it might be that they could no longer pay the rent and they may have to move into it with a family member. And that, and some statistics that you guys are collecting, can be seen as homelessness as well. So I'm not sure that there's a lot of concrete reasons that you can point to this person became homelessness, but we all know there's a lot of factors, right? Sometimes it's involved with mental health and mental illness and getting a diagnosis and not being able to keep up with the medication or the treatment that you need for that diagnosis. Sometimes it means that what could have been a substance abuse problem or an alcohol problem has become a full-blown addiction, and you're not able to access the treatment for your addiction immediately, and so it takes you a while to get that under wraps and figure out how you can become stable again and how you can become sober. And so sometimes it's those things, and sometimes it's circumstances like what you guys are looking at as young people. You know, maybe you have a family member that died and maybe there was no one to take you in, or maybe you came out to your mom and dad and said, I'm gay, and they said, I don't accept you anymore and I'm kicking you out. Or maybe your parents didn't agree with your lifestyle and they said, when you get to be 17, you're no longer my son or daughter, and you find yourself in a situation where there's no one else you can go to.
Just hold on, it's gonna be alright.
Like I said, it's kind of hard for one person to make a huge difference, but we try to help, even if it's by donating money, donating our gently used clothing, coats, and things like that. Even if we can't help them get out of this street, at least we try to help them be comfortable where they're at.
We give change to all those who are inside subways or those who need it.
Whenever I can or have money, I'm willing to like give, and it doesn't matter who.
Well, like when my mom has leftover lunch in her bag. If we see like a homeless person asking for food or money, we can give it to them.
Personally, I love giving back to my community, and I recently did something called the Shadow Count for Hunter College. So the Department of Homelessness Services uses that information to pretty much determine like how many people are really out on the streets at night, and so I also help by giving back to the community, and whenever I see people in my neighborhood and they ask for something to eat or money, I prefer to give them something to eat just in case. I want to make sure they're actually using the money to eat.
Wisely. Wisely?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want them spending it on like cigarettes or alcohol when they should actually be eating something.
Is for the teenage girls, what we're actually doing is we have pop-up shops. So what it is that we do is we help to alleviate like the stress of them being homeless, and especially with that age, they're in school. So we know like when they're in school, kids bother them because maybe the way they're dressed, or maybe they didn't get to take a shower that day or something like that. So we give them toiletries, so we make sure they have deodorant. They have different things for our pop-up shops. We provide them with clothing, shoes, everything. We have actually like for instance, like our back to school event, just before school starts, we set up everything where they not only go shopping, where they get bags of clothing, they pick out their own clothes, they get makeovers. We have actually professional stylists come in and actually give them makeovers, do their nails, do their hair and everything, their makeup and stuff, just to get them ready for school, and to let them know that people out there actually do care about them, that they're not forgotten.
Whispering as you walk by. Nobody knows the struggle that you're dealing with inside. Sticks and stones break your bones. Words really do hurt you. You wonder why they always hate you. They don't even know you. Never let them see you cry. Yeah, walking with your head held high. Just hold on. It's gonna be alright. Take this time to encourage you. Sometimes your problems may seem a little bit too hard, but you can make it if you try.